I do believe that I do want to just stress, and I've said this to the sponsors and to the author, the bill in print now, even though it has been amended to the point that will allow me to support putting it out of committee, I still do have serious concerns with the bill in print. And I have historically been very hesitant to give cities the ability to I have no problems with cities having some latitude around modes of transportation. I have historically had serious concerns about giving cities broad latitude to significantly restrict or effectively ban modes of transportation, because it creates all sorts of issues in terms of patchwork and can you be in this city or that city. I've given this example. My own beloved city of San Francisco effectively destroyed the e-scooter industry in San Francisco, and it's really hard. We had a robust e-scooter system in the city. We no longer have it because of just a lot of, frankly, there were all sorts of dynamics at play, including a lot of just like, I get the kids off my porch kind of attitudes around e-scooters, and the city of San Francisco basically destroyed that industry. And I don't think the city should have had the ability to do that. I know it's a very different thing, and there are much other issues here around jobs and such. So I don't want to compare them exactly, but I just have serious concerns.
So I kind of have some similar concerns. My concern is I'm a little conflicted, because I'm all for the development of new technologies, and because some of those new technologies are really beneficial to people that can't use existing technologies, and it can make life easier for a lot of people. And at the same time, when you're developing that technology throughout, like the state of California, in order to do that technology and develop it the right way, they have to be able to work in those different areas. But I'm also very cognizant of the cities having, everybody is a little different. Their street layouts are different, their downtowns are different. And so cities need the ability to create some guardrails, but I don't look at this as an opportunity for them to, create more funding for everything, and that's what I'm seeing a little bit of that is when you start talking about permit fees and things like that, it seems like more the concern is more this is an opportunity to raise some money, and I understand everybody needs to raise money in government, but my concern is more about making sure we have the balance between new technology having the ability to develop and the appropriate guardrails, the ability to establish appropriate guardrails for that new technology, given the uniqueness of all of the different communities that are out there. So cities do have to have a say, but I'm not quite sure that this bill it looks like it may give them too much of a say, and it might be in something different that will actually restrict the ability for the AV industry to continue to develop their technology. And as they develop that, you may find that, or they may find that there are areas that it just doesn't work that well. And at that point, they can decide not to be there, and the cities can also address it at that time. So, for me, I'm kind of looking at between here and when we see it again, that they work on this to make sure those guardrails have a little bit of balance to them, a little bit of the less permits and regulations, a little bit more of safety and concern about how it affects the city, and in particular, the particular issues that each of these cities might have.
I will say that, anytime we're dealing with new technology, there's always new issues, as has been just, mentioned by some of my colleagues. But a part of why we want to encourage and nurture that space, not just because a lot of it's California born, but because we're looking for ways to have greater environmental sensitivity, find ways to lower costs, find ways to make our communities safer. And while there is, and a part of new technology is testing. I have a major testing facility in my district, and was just out there a few months ago, trying out some of the new technology, the new vehicles, autonomous vehicles that hopefully will be in a community near all of us soon. And but here's where I think my encouragement to you, if this bill moves forward, is that I think there's a way to address all of those issues in the existing regulatory environment that we have. The DMV and the PUC, all, as you know, have authority in this space, and so all those issues of safety standards, and I know we had folks testify from the fire association a few minutes ago. There could be a requirement that they have local fire checkoff, as an example. Our state regulatory agencies could put ADA compliance standards in. They could even require certain types of local consultation. They could put limitations on hours of service. I mean, all those things which are legitimate issues that you're bringing before us in the form of this bill, all could be done through the existing regulatory requirements that we have today. What I worry about is that I do think that the option for a local ordinance will bring politics about autonomous vehicles to a political checkerboard in our state. We know here in the legislature, for the last number of years, we've heard a lot of concerns and bills that have been advanced on autonomous trucks, autonomous this, autonomous that, autonomous use at our ports. That was an issue that came up 5 or 6 years ago, whether we should have state money go to allow autonomous use at the ports. And they're spirited debates. Good people of good will come at those issues from different perspectives, and it's a healthy debate. But it's a debate now under a bill like yours that we're just going to push down into 500 or more jurisdictions in our state, and that's a checkerboard. I don't think we want to encourage it.